Welcome back, everyone, to another Eat Speed Live, the most delicious live stream in the Metroplex. I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.
Eazy Monkey is open in Fort Worth. Andrew Dilda has opened one of the most interesting restaurants. We've had a lot of new restaurants this year. One of the most interesting ones with the most fascinating menus. I haven't been able to go yet, so I'm going to have to ask Andrew. Asian, Tex Fusion, brisket, burnt-in, bow buns, cheeseburger, fried rice. You're going to have to tell us about this.
It is. I like to say it's been the culmination and evolution of every restaurant that I've been a part of for the past 25 plus years here in DFW. When I'd walk into those restaurants as a chef, exec chef, or even a wine cook, the worst thing the chef would hear, or even my wine cooks or sous chefs would hear, is I have an idea. So I had this great idea I came up with when I was driving into work today, and they just go, okay, what venture are we going to go down on today? So this menu is a lot of, I have a great idea, let's try it, let's see if it works. And if it works, great, we'll put it on, we'll do it, and it is what it is. But this menu has been kind of that evolution of, hey, it feels, this is very personal. So if you guys were coming to my house, this is some of the food I would prepare. This is stuff that I've done at my home. This is stuff that, even inside the restaurant, we want it to feel like it's coming into my house.
So if I came to your house, you'd make Japanese chicken fried steak. And what is that exactly?
Yes, sir. We take a Japanese style curry. And don't ask me to pronounce the proper name. I'm horrible with phonetics and everything. That's one of my shortcomings. But we take a chicken fried steak. We have the Japanese yellow curry under it. And typically that curry is braised or
that looks like an enchilada combination plate. Let me look at it.
We got some sticky rice with some furikake rice seasoning on there, and then we take in crispy fries, some potatoes, and some carrots and enoki mushrooms on the backside. So we do that just to add a little bit of texture, because those vegetables are typically added in to the curry when it stews. But we just wanted to kind of take our twist on doing a chicken fried steak, and I had one of our servers comment last night, well, of course, a guy that's worked at Rayada is going to do a chicken fried steak. And I was like, yeah, I kind of have to do a chicken fried steak just to maintain some street cred. So, and it's become a top seller every night. And
it sounds familiar with a twist. So we should explain right up front. I didn't really introduce you. You've been at Rayada, Lonesome Dove, the Woodshed, and now you're with Monkey King. So you do bring all the...
Actually, Monkey King is kind of an adjacent project to this. I was a consulting culinary director for them for a little bit, but now this is my own little venture over here with Eazy Monkey.
Separate entity. I got it.
Yes,
okay. Steve, what do you see on this menu that looks interesting, and what are you curious about?
I love bows. So the barbecue bows. Definitely, I've always kind of it's one of the things I'd like. To be able to walk around some Forth and get a bow. Some place that served a bow. So that's nice.
And that's Brick's Barbecue Bow. Is that right?
Yes, sir. It's Brick's brisket inside there. And then we take a little bit of our own lemongrass and palm sugar glaze and put on it and combine it with a little bit of our wonton sauce.
Yeah, and that's it's in like a steamed dough ball type thing, right, for the bow?
Yes, sir.
If you don't know what a bow is.
Yeah, we're actually working on the chef and I are working on a proper Chinese baozi, which is where you put that meat inside of it, you wrap it with that same type of dough and steam it. Mm-hmm. That's going to be something we'll probably do on in the winter as we get to December, February.
They're also brisket wontons. So.
Yes, brisket wonton. So that's actually with the wonton sauce and the brisket. If you eat it all together, my inspiration behind this is my wife and I met at a chili competition. And if you eat it all together, it tastes very much like Texas red chili. So it was kind of my throw and nod to her. She wanted to do chili, and I was like, okay, let me think about this. And this is what I came up with.
So go ahead.
Like chili.
I'm sorry.
I was looking at this going like, this tastes like chili.
It does. So the sauce on the bottom's got a smoky element to it because we're using Guajillo chilies, roasted jalapenos, caramelized onions, beef stock, and then that stews down very much like you would do a chili. Mm-hmm. And then we have a little bit more of that beef stock and the brisket from Bricks, and then we add in some ground beef just to add a little bit more flavor and juiciness to it.
Texas red. So,
I mean, on Uber Eats right now, we're doing a deal: buy one get one on those.
Is that what's on the Dan Dan chili dog?
Dan Dan chili dog is it's a pork ragu. So we take our ground pork, mix it with some of our chili crisp, a light beer, I won't name, and then some toasted peanuts and ginger and garlic, and we just let that stew for a good hour or two. And
okay, I guess I've covered all the Texas basics here: chicken, fried steak, brisket, chili. I guess you have to tell us about the burger and the cheeseburger fried rice too.
The burger, I kind of like. To me, it was my favorite burger was Tommy's on Granbury Road, and
Charlie's is on Great.
Charlie's. I'm sorry, Charlie's. Yes, Charlie's. That's my favorite one because it's that thin burger, thin bread, perfect. So that's what I wanted to do with this one. Is that same deal? We're not using those big 3-inch tall brioche buns on top of it. It's got to have that right meat to bread ratio, and that's what we went with. And then we put dill pickle relish in there instead of sliced pickles because you need to get a bite of that vinegary goodness with all the fattiness of the beef. So it kind of balances it all out.
And it's just a burger? Does it have
just a burger? Nothing. It's got melted cheese on it, smashed fatty.
Wow.
And we put our sauce on it, which is Kewpie mayo, ketchup, and chili crisp all mixed together with a little bit of soy.
I thought it was going to be a secret sauce. You had like
that. Is, I don't know. It's kind of like a secret sauce, but you know.
You had like sauce in all caps. I'm going, oh, it must be a secret sauce.
Well, I mean, there's no secret.
That's another trademark you can't use, probably.
I'm just trying to fill up that wall with cease and desist, you know.
But that's still another Asian fusion mix of stuff that, like your whole menu. I mean, it's like some chefs went down a rabbit hole with a bunch of different ideas.
Well, and that was really what I wanted to make this place. Is I wanted it to be where you have the young chefs in town that. You know, I'm sure they walk into the kitchens. I know when I was 16, 18, starting in the industry here, I always walked in the kitchen and told the chef, hey, I got an idea. Well, I want this to be that same thing for them, to where it's like, okay, I have an idea. I want to see what a crazy combination would be like. I kind of want this to be that little bit of an SI restaurant, service industry restaurant. I want that. Same with our beverage program. We have great cocktails. Tia Downey's doing our cocktails. My chef de cuisine, Sean Malik, he's been at Gemelli, Ellerby's. We have talent, and we put the good people in place so that we can do the cool, simple stuff and highlight the dish, and not worry about, hey, do I need to put truffles on this? Everything I need, because everybody's always eating truffle, you know. So we went the opposite direction of where everybody else is going right now. You know, we went. Well, what is this cuisine? What are we doing with Asian food? How are we combining these ingredients instead of like, hey, I need to open a seafood restaurant? So I just want something different.
Well, I don't mean to sound leery of it. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm really excited about coming because it looks like it's real fun spirited. And is there a certain spirit or feeling that you wanted to bring to this space on Magnolia?
Yeah, I wanted it to feel like you were coming into home with me. Like, I always tell people, hey, this is the food. If we were hanging out, having a barbecue, if we were barbecuing or grilling, or you just came over for a dinner party, and these would be the appetizers or crazy stuff I would prepare, and you're just like, Andrew, I don't know, just try it. And a lot of this is from me coming up with crazy ideas at home and having friends over, and okay, yeah, this works out. This is great. Let's do this. A couple dishes even came from pop-ups that I've done in the past. So it's just stuff that we've kind of progressed this into being a restaurant that feels like it's been around for 20 years, but it's only been around for like 3-4 months.
Wow.
And we wanted that. And what we've seen now with the crowd that we're getting in, you know, even we'll get some 20-year-olds and we'll get all the way up to 40, 50, you know, we get a broad demographic here. But everybody comments on, okay, well, we're playing 90s, early 2000s music in the dining room. And it becomes a conversation starter. And it drives the conversation. And we're watching people not be so much on their phones. They're actually sitting around the table talking. And our menu is definitely geared towards sitting down and sharing. That's why we're more app heavy, smaller portions. So you can sit and share and you can get multiple different things. Our price point, nothing's over $20 right now on the menu. So you can come and eat and have a good night and not blow your budget right now.
So, what are your hours and what days?
We're doing Wednesday through Sunday right now. We're going to add Tuesdays, middle of November, maybe sooner. But Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday is 11 to 10. And then Friday, Saturday is 11 to 11.
What are the main sellers, and then what is your favorite dish on this very interesting menu?
The popular ones is the chicken fried steak, the cheeseburger fried rice, because like you said, Bud, everybody comes in and said, I gotta have that.
Yeah.
And they do, they get it. And then
you put the words fried and cheeseburger together, Texans are going to be on.
I think also the state fair is kind of helping drive that too. But Bricks Barbecue, the items with their wontons and the bow, we'll sell those on almost every table. My personal favorite, the thing I eat a lot myself is the wontons, because I've got to try them every day to make sure they're still good. It's a gift and a curse. But that's my favorite thing to have.
We haven't told anybody. We haven't told you the location yet. I should have said right up front. 401 West Magnolia. This is the former Fixture on the south side of Fort Worth.
Yes.
It's a historic building that was a Mexican restaurant for many years before it was Fixture. And it's about a block off South Main. So it's kind of between the trendy part of Magnolia and the trendy part of Maine. And it's, pretty well located on the south side for, convenient to just about everybody. So it's a good place for being able to drop in. I don't remember what the corner is at Magnolia, but it's between
Magnolia and May.
Magnolia and May. So it's, so it's between, that's what your breakfast burger could be. The Magnolia and May, or just call it the Magnolia and May breakfast sandwich. I asked you about that. I looked on the menu. It said MCEZM. And I looked in Urban Dictionary. I couldn't find what that was.
No, we're not going too crazy with that stuff. It was more a throwback to, I'm a big Beastie Boys fan. So it was more of like an MCA
of course
reference. But also we wanted a little behind the scenes. I've wanted this space before it was Fixture, and I just couldn't get my act together. I was young and didn't know how business worked. But as soon as Ben, sadly announced that he was closing, I reached out to him and said, all right, are you rebranding or are you just leaving the space? He's like, well, I'm leaving the space. And that's when I asked for the landlords, put me in touch with them, because we got a great patio. I mean, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think we've got one of the best patios on Magnolia, maybe excluding Shaw's, but we're pretty well up there. And I think it was underutilized, and I think we've got some great, Tia's got some great drink planned for it, and I just can't wait to see what we do.
What do you think? You're so well-rounded. What do you think in general is going on in restaurants right now? We see so many new seafood restaurants going up. We see different Asian cuisines finally coming in, but I mean, a lot of what I'm seeing is it looks like ideas off TikTok that people saw somewhere and said, hey, let's take this and put this sauce on it. And it just looks like a made up thing. You actually come from a really well-rounded food background and chef's background for how many 20 years experience now in all these restaurants. What do you think's going on in restaurants?
Here, and so Fort Worth is kind of this great anomaly that I love. It's a small town, but still a big town. And I think we're at an exciting point in Fort Worth's evolution in culinary. I think we're at a really great impetus, is that Fort Worth is really coming into its own as a food scene. It's starting to differentiate itself from Dallas in its own way. And we're seeing a lot of cool concepts coming in. Like, 10, 15 years ago, down from us, Walloons, You couldn't have told me that you could have put a nice seafood restaurant right there. I would have laughed at you. Because when we watched Dick Van Dyke's go away in the early 2000s, nobody thought Magnolia was going to do anything. But you look at all the great food we have over here on the South Side. You look at everything that's coming in downtown, what Blaine's doing with Ostera 61, all the cool stuff that's coming in, and watching how these guys are progressing it. I think I'm really excited to see what Fort Worth's like in the next 10 to 15 years. Because I think we're on a great upward trajectory. There's a lot of good things that are coming in. There's going to be some stuff that's going to fall to the side. Yes, we're going to lose some great concepts or great chefs, but we're also going to see some really good stuff come out of it. And you've seen, because we have all these great concepts, we're able to build our bench strength so that you get more line cooks that have been in this for 20 years that have the confidence to open their own restaurants. Because at the end of the day, we can have all the great chefs in Fort Worth that we want. We could have, we can get Graham Elliott in here like we have. We can get Tim Webb in here. We can have all this. But if we're not developing our bench strength and we're not encouraging the next generation to think, hey, I have an idea, and you're not encouraging that idea or helping them shape that idea into something, then we're discounting why we do this. Yes, we do this as chefs to cook. We do this for instant gratification. We do this for everything. You go down the list of all the reasons and all the dysfunctions of being a chef. But what's also cool for me and what I know true chefs appreciate is the fact that you are doing this to teach the new kids, to teach the next generation, to encourage these people that really want to be chefs, and teach them how to develop a dish, how to think about that, how to run it as a business, not just as an ego treatment of, oh, I've got cool food and I've got great plates and I've spent $500 on this dish. It's doing something really cool.
Andrew, you really nailed it. You've got me excited about coming to your restaurant. You know food and you know Fort Worth very well. You know the market. Steve, do you have any more questions?
No, I just need to head over there because
I think we're both going to have to head over there.
Menu. It looks like something that like the chefs would fix after the restaurant closes.
That's also what we've also compared it to. So we're still thinking about how we're going to do this, because this is something, Tia, myself, and Sean want to do, but we want to kind of do like a service industry, quote unquote, family meal on Sunday nights, to where we totally change what we do. We just have one item we do, like say it could be butter chicken, or we do spaghetti or lasagna or something like that, just from 6 to 10 on Sunday. And you guys, this is all we're doing. You can come in and get this and you can have it. This is what we'll do. And we just haven't figured out how we're going to program that yet. But that's just an idea we've been kicking around.
This is great. Eazy Monkey is open, 401 West Magnolia. Chef Andrew Dilda, you're a great guest. Well, I hope we have you back again soon. Thank you very much. And until next time on the Eats Beat live stream, Eats Beat Live, I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.
Thank you, guys.